Hey people, how are we all? We've got about 3 minutes until we invite Jamie Gray into the chat. So I thought I'd start this chat now and get everyone in and ready for when he arrives, which is good. I hope you're all doing well. Waving to everyone. Who have we got? We've got Jimbo Dini, we've got Nick, we've got Lydia, Maring Arthur. How are we all? Yeah, here she is. We've got Jem. Here she is, the wonderful lady herself. It's good. So for those who just joined, just said a minute ago, hey Aidan, Aidan's here. How you doing, man? Just doing a pre-warm up just to get everyone joined in for when Jamie arrives shortly. Hey Joanna, Aidan's here. That's awesome. Julie, hey. It's all good. So apologies for the really white wall. I've just moved into the office. So hope you're all doing well. So you'll be pleased to know I've got, I don't want to scare Jamie off, but I've got this itinerary, this agenda, which is about 2 pages of just different bits, just to keep things going, which is good. Some fun stuff, which is really exciting. We're going to be talking about Downfall, which is amazing. We'll go into that a little bit more. We've got Anya, Karis, how are we doing? And then we got fans Q&A. So for those that haven't been able to send a question across, try and put it into the chat. I'll try and grab that and add it to the list if we've got time. And then hopefully at the end, we're going to have a live performance of Downfall by the man himself. So yeah, can't wait. It's very exciting. It's the first time I think I've done a Q&A chat session on Instagram. I guess times are hard right now. Good evening, everyone. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm really good, Karis. Really good. Don't worry, I have this done before the Mighty Wallop start. Good evening, Sarah. How are you doing? You doing well? Just to clarify, I've just been off to the kitchen company to go and look at a new kitchen. Hence why I'm wearing a shirt and shorts. I promise. It's all good. Hey Angie, how you doing? You might find this funny actually. I got made some bagels earlier, which smell incredible. I don't know whether any of you like bagels, but they smell incredible. But I don't dare eat them because what will happen is Jamie will come on and I'll end up choking and ruin the interview, which is rubbish. Tash is here. How you doing? It's all good. So I'm sure there's plenty of Instagram experts out there, so I might ask for your assistance if there's any issues. We've got a rough idea what we're doing, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's really good. Eat the Jem, I can't, because what will happen is I'll start doing this like that, and then Jamie will come on, and then I'll be like, right, start speaking with a mouthful. Be hilarious. Can you imagine? Natalie, how you doing? Char's here. Thank you very much, Char. Huge thank you to Char she did this wonderful little picture introduction video clip thing earlier for me. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah, absolutely loved it. Got a few more people. Let's go back here. Watching from the hot tub, living my bed. You're in the hot tub, Jem. God, can you imagine that? I've never face-to-face spoken to Jamie before, and imagine if I was in my hot tub. I'd be like, hey man, how you doing? I think it might be a little bit odd. Look at Chow, yeah, thank you, Chow. Looking smart. Oh, apologies. That might be my mic. Sorry if it's jiggling. Apologies if that was too noisy. I know, I saw Charlie, yeah, literally, Aidan joined as well. I couldn't believe it. I saw obviously everyone joining in, which was fantastic. And then, it literally, yeah, he's here watching. Checking out Amy's here as well. Right, let's see if Jamie's here yet. I didn't see Jamie. There we go. Invite. Just invite him. See what happens, shall we? Yeah, usually for those that do tune into the live reactions, you'll notice that I usually have my mic over here, PA system, and everything's all set up. Here he is.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm not hearing anything.
Oh.
Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you now. You can hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah, you sound really clear. Yeah.
Normally I have to plug my mic in, you see, for these for it to sound good. So, but when I have it in, I can't hear you, so I have to take it out.
Well, I'm just saying to the guys over here that I've just got, that's my mic, but nice. I usually set that up with all the other stuff, but because I'm a novice with Instagram, I was like, I'll just put the headphones in, I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's why I said to you, I was like, do I just join your thing?
Well, I don't know whether you saw yesterday, I did a pre-test, and my sister-in-law who's on, Katie, I said, right, can I just quickly go live with you? So I think I clicked the plus and invited her, and she came on, and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. So see, we're both novices. It's good. It's good. So perfect. So we've got a lot of people here, which is awesome. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking your time out tonight, mate. Honestly, it's it means a lot, and obviously if you've seen the channel, you know how much I really appreciate you. So it's really good. So for those that have joined recently or joined at the beginning, I know most of you will know Jamie, but I've got a little bit of an introduction for you to tell you a bit about him. So all being well, there we go, he's back. So most of you will probably recognise Jamie from The Voice, from our TV screens in 2018. He was coached by Ollie Murs, but some of you may not know what he did before The Voice. So I've done a bit of Googling. You'll probably tell me if this is wrong here. So trust me, it's all good. So what I've got so far is he's got thousands of views on YouTube, and his debut EP, To Get Here, soared into the top 10 of the iTunes R&B chart when it was released in October 2015, which is fantastic. And then since The Voice, Jamie has released various different tracks, including Water Acoustic, which is incredible, Arms Around You, Broken, The Sea, What Matters Most, and that's just to name a few. But now Downfall, which we're going to go into it a little bit of time just to talk about it and get people an idea, which is good. But for those who haven't got Downfall just yet, it's available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer, YouTube. There we go, it's a plug. And yeah, exactly. I've got to get out there, haven't I? That's what it's all about. We've got to get out there. So, got a tiny question for you. So, I've just done a bit of Googling on top songs on Spotify. And do you know what your most popular song on Spotify is?
What, currently?
Yes.
It has to be Arms Around You, surely.
Yes. And do you know how many views it's got? I'm putting them under pressure, people.
I know that it's close to 6 million, I think. It's somewhere around there.
It's incredible. It's about the 5.6 million mark, which for me is just, I mean, for you, it must be incredible.
But yeah, for an independent artist, you know, I'm just recording these in a bedroom with my friend Anders, who's my producer and co-writer, and we do everything together. And we're just a two-man band, essentially, working on Team Jamie Gray. So, you know, there's no label, there's no marketing, there's no promo, there's no nothing. It's just putting the songs out. And
that's it.
Because of the artists that I love and I want to be as big as, I'm trying to compete with their sound. And they have, you know, a big budget and a record label going in to get their records to sound how they sound. Yeah. So it's been difficult to get there, but I'm so excited now because I feel like it just sonically of the music we're getting to the level of like major label artists on our own, and we invested a lot of our money back into the music, to the equipment that we wanted. I got my dream mic that I always wanted. And
which one's that? Go on, answer that one. What is it?
So it's like a remake of a Neumann U47. It's called Flea, and it just captures my voice perfectly. It like really captures them kind of low, deeper tones, and I have a lot of producers would call it mud. Like I have a lot of mud in my voice that they have to try and like filter out, but it captures all the low end and stuff. Whereas like really expensive Sony mics are for higher singers, not like, you know, Justin Bieber's and Ariana Grande's of this world. They use that. So this is a notorious mic that's been around for like 60, 70 years. So
wow. Yeah, not like my little one then.
Well, I mean, that's different. This is for actual recording of songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yours is great for what you're doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And do you know what? We'll touch base with a few other things, which would be awesome. But I agree with you. You quite rightly highlighted that as a solo independent person working with your friend, to get the 5.5 million is just that's insane, isn't it? And for me, we won't go into political warfare about the music industry, but it's more of to achieve that without all the extra bits that you have with the music industry is incredible in my opinion. So yeah, you should definitely be chuffed for that.
Yeah, I mean, I am, and it's, you know, the song came out nearly a year ago now. It came out in May, and it's still, you know, it stayed on that playlist. It's like, you know, being in between a Harry Styles and a John Legend song, and it's just ticking away every day. It's getting up, you know, over 20,000 streams a day just by being on that playlist. And
crikey.
It's meant that we've made some good money out of it and been able to put it back in to get in our own studio. We've now got our own studio in London, in Shepherd's Bush, and like I said, we got the mic we wanted. We got some speakers and a preamp that we really wanted. So now we've, you know, been able to put that in to get the sound that I want. And Downfall, I keep saying to people, I shouldn't really make excuses for my music, but I keep saying like this is an appetizer of of what's to come. I'm so excited about the stuff that I've got.
Well, you've said to me, haven't you? You said to me on, you know, thanks so much for the live or whatever, but I've got some incredible stuff coming, which you're going to really love, and we'll touch base on that. But and I said on my live reaction last time that I think Water, Arms Around You and Broken, for me, you can clearly hear how you developed as an artist and how incredible you sound, and how that recording of those tracks sounds and brings it out of you. It's fantastic. So when you then release Downfall, which I think is even better, in my opinion, and then you then go on and say you're going to release even more. I mean, that for me as a fan, and I'm sure all those people that are joined in here, well, just can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't really. I find it hard to describe what happened to me in the studio in the last 6 months. Like I really feel like there was just this big level shift, and you know, I've always thought I was good, decent. You know, I always thought I was a really good writer. My voice never quite had the depth that I wanted, and I'm sure. I mean, I've seen you even say before in your reactions, and fairly, in my opinion, that, you know, you've heard a difference, and it feels like there's been a level change, and like now I'm like, there's all these, I don't know what it is. There's all these new there's these facets to my voice and things I can do that I couldn't do before, and I can go different places, and I'm now developing a bit of a raspy tone in certain places, and then I can give a sweeter tone like I used to and other stuff, and the writing has got even better, and the songs are just falling out. I can't stop writing at the moment. Honestly, I've got too many songs.
Do you know what? And I think there's a few, hopefully people agree with me, and maybe those that are even closer to you will have noticed it even more, but seeing you sort of back then and seeing you now live and on your videos, you've got this huge smile on your face. It almost feels like you're in this really extremely happy place. You're really overwhelmed. You're blown away by how things are going. And for me, that's incredible. And I can really see that. And who knows, maybe that's an added extra to it. And so it's good.
Confidence for sure. I just seen someone say confidence. Like, you know, I'm starting to believe that I'm on that level. And before I didn't think my voice was up to it. I thought the writing was, but I didn't think my voice was. And when things have started to change. Like, look, the penny drops when the penny drops for everyone at a different stage, right? And for me, it's been a lot older. But I can feel it in my soul that I'm there and on that level now. And like I say, with Downfall, I'm literally just starting. I really believe, particularly vocally, you know, not everyone's going to love the songs, but I think I've got a couple of songs coming that are really going to blow people away vocally. And it's a new level to anything that I've ever recorded, where we were kind of doing cartwheels in the studio with excitement.
Oh dear, that's awesome. That's really cool. So I've got a bit of a fun thing for us to do. We're going to go with a quick fire round. It's nothing to, don't worry, don't be to panic. But for those that, like I said, have joined in, may want to get to know a bit more about you, and even those super fans that are there, they might not know the answers. So literally the idea of this is to ask a quick question and you've got to come up with the first answer in your head. How does that sound? Does that sound okay?
Let's give it
yeah? Okay.
Dangerous.
This could be, but I've vetted it to make sure it's all right. So, so first one, crisps or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Okay. Horror or rom-com?
Horror.
Last film you watched?
Oh, what was the last film that I watched? Oh, that's a good one. I can't think off the top of my head. Oh, the Entourage movie. Watched literally last week. That's
good. That's awesome. Sorry, can you swim?
I'm the worst swimmer, honestly, ever. Like, armband style.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Now, maybe not that bad, but I'm really, really bad. Like, my technique is woeful.
You'll be in one of those in, like, the blood flamingos and then just, like, trying okay, I get you.
Bobbing around. And I get knackered as well after, like, I think I'm fairly fit as well, but I do 2 lengths and I'm knackered swimming.
Oh, no way. Wow, crikey.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Last song you listened to?
Sad to say, but it was Downfall.
Downfall, yeah, perfect. Yeah. No, odd question. Do you keep gifts from your fans?
I do, yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I've got a room full of stuff in here that I've been given.
Good answer.
I don't know if you can see there. I've got like a What Matters Most thing that I got.
Oh, nice.
Thing. And I've got like birds and cushions and all sorts of stuff.
That's fantastic. That's really cool. Next one. Night out or night in? I thought that's a good one.
Oh, I'm changing as I'm getting older, but I was always a night out.
Getting older.
I'm halfway. I'm 50-50 now.
We'll go 50-50. Good. We've got, guilty pleasure. Ooh.
I mean, I don't know if it's guilty, and I know my fans and stuff know this about me, but like I'm the worst for like sweets, like fizzy sweets, like fizzy cola bottles, or the blue and pink bottles, like really, like I'm 12, like it's bad. It's bad. So I have to, when I go in the shop, I just see colours, and when I see them sweets in my eyes, it's embarrassing, really, for someone my age. But
no, it's good.
I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but sweets, I'm so bad on. I'm so bad for it.
Good. I saw that. I think you got a picture you uploaded, and someone sent you this huge. But I was just like, wow, I want that. That's incredible. Morning person?
No.
Again,
I'm trying to get better at that. I'm working on that.
Good.
But yeah, a lot of creatives are night owls. So
oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, the amount of hours you've been putting into some of your recordings is insane. Yeah. I've seen some of those till early hours of the morning. And then I think you finished quite late in the morning on one of your sessions, and you were just coming back and you just look zonked. So
yeah, we if I'm there I go Monday to Friday, 2 weeks in every 4. On the Friday, it seems to be we always end up, we plan to finish at like midnight, and my train home is Saturday at like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, so I get plenty of sleep. Wow. But we always get really inspired every time on the Friday night at like 11 o'clock, like a new song comes, and then that leads into 4 or 5 in the morning. So then I'm like, I might as well just go through.
Just go, yeah.
Sleep on the train. It's worth it. It's worth it when you love something as much as I do. Like losing a bit of sleep just is nothing in comparison to getting a new song.
Not whilst you write, the fluidity that you've got with your songwriting at the moment. I mean, we'll touch base about your songwriting, how incredible it is anyway, but the way you've obviously emphasised the point where songs are just flowing out of you, without being to the point, which is great. As an artist, then I guess if you then get this inspirational moment, you can't just go, I'll just drop that down and I'll leave it. You might have done in the past, but now I'm just going for it. Let's do it. You know, it's good.
Especially because of what we're able to do now, like with the equipment, and then my voice can do more things, and my producer Anders is just his mixing and his producing has gone up a level at the same time as mine. So every time we do a song, we feel like we really have something on the level on our hands. So it's like we have to explore it.
Yeah, got to go for it.
Like, look, it'll take a while to get there, so we can just leave it here as a demo. Now we're like, let's just go all the way with it.
Yeah,
get it done in 6, 7, 8 hours. We can have a really good sound back now.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Right, quick. We're going to get told off for quick questions. No, it's good. It's good. Bath or shower?
Bath. I love a bath.
Do you? Yeah. Proper bath lad. Yeah. Okay. Good. How tall are you?
I am just short 6'1". But we're 6'1". Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How many tattoos do you have?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this arm. Sleeve on this arm. I got like a full sleeve up here, all the way up here, and then I got little things here. I got little knuckle and initials. I'm very impulsive. You know what's funny as well is I don't even consider myself someone who really likes tattoos that much. I've just been in a position of where my friend is a tattoo artist and has just offered me. I haven't paid for it in my life.
No way.
And I've just been in situations, where we've been, back at houses at parties or whatever, and I just said, go do that or go for that.
That's incredible. Wow.
I'm super impulsive, and then a week later I might be like, why did I do that? But I'm also someone, I'm not precious either. To me, it's just thin. I would never feel like, I need to get this lasered off, or I'm like, whatever.
That's awesome. Just go for it. I like that. I like that a lot. So you've got a lot of tattoos then?
I got not loads, but I got quite a few. Yeah, I got quite a few. I'm a little bit too blasé when it comes to tattoos. If my friend who did them just said he wanted to try a certain thing, I'd probably be like, yeah, go for it.
Wow, crikey, that is impulsive. I like that. I like that a lot. What size feet have you got?
I'm a 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can tell where this question might have come from. Who's your favourite fan?
Who is my favourite fan?
Yeah. Who's your favourite fan?
Oh, who's my favourite fan? All of them. I couldn't.
Good answer. Good answer.
And I'm not trying to, single anyone up, but I have a special relationship with my fans on Patreon because it's where I do a lot of my lives and where I feel a lot comfortable. So it's good over there. I like it on there. So yeah, but I mean, I love honestly, and I'm not just saying this. I know every artist would say it, and it's a cheesy thing to say, but anybody who enjoys my music and takes some sort of comfort from it, to me, is just absolutely amazing, because it's honest to God the sole reason that I do it. Because I want to give back what music does for me. Like it's everything to me. It's a healer. It's my best friend. It's everything. So if I can give that back to some people, and then they tell me that, it's the greatest thing ever. So yeah, it has to be all of them for that reason.
Do you know what? I genuinely believe you when you say that as well, because I've said it on a few of the vids as well, that you can see how much you really value your fans, and how much you really appreciate when they give you these comments, and it means the world to you when they respond in different ways. And you can generally see that on your lives, on your YouTubes, even now. And I know you're not using a bit of flannel, you're being genuine, which I really like as an artist, because I think that shows how genuine and honest you are, which I think goes a long way personally. That's just my opinion. But
I appreciate that, because I think with any musicians, I think you can really tell if they feel it and they really, really mean it, or they're just in it to be famous or a pop star. And my favorite artists are artists that, like you, I've seen artists that you react to and stuff, is guys that, and that you can tell really feel it in a different way to just kind of look at me. So yeah, I'm glad you said that comes across, because I think I feel it more than I could possibly feel any other feeling on this planet.
Absolutely. And I think one of the I know artists will say, I'll respond to you or I'll look at your comments, etc. But with yourself, I genuinely see that. I genuinely see the amount of appreciation, your comments on Twitter in particular, or Instagram, and you're always sharing people's hard work. And it's right there. The proof's in the pudding, if you like. And that, like I said, that just backs up what I was saying, and I can see it, so everyone else can see it, which is fantastic. So anyway, it's good. It's good. No, it's true, and that's what I just want to say. Thank you, because I like that from an artist's perspective, because it's genuine. So anyway, so we've established that. Yeah, that's that one. So piano or guitar?
I love it.
Sorry.
I absolutely adore the piano. I'm way better at guitar, although I'm not great at either. My thing, truly, of all the aspects of music, singing, playing an instrument, lyrics, my thing is songwriting and its melodies. That's where I'm completely at home. I picked up a guitar essentially to be able to write my own melodies. I was never a guy who was into like rock guitarists or loved shredding solos or anything like that. It was simply for me to express feelings that I had and wanted to say, and like you say about my writing, just stories that are really kind of personal to me that I hope other people can relate to. So long answer, I do prefer the piano. I'm better at guitar, but songwriting is my favourite thing to do in music.
And I can tell that, and there is a section on that very, very shortly. So that's fine. We'll come back to that in a minute. I think I know the answer. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. I absolutely adore dogs. Although I thought I didn't like cats, and then I've been around my friends' cats, and Anders has a cat, and I really like cats now as well.
That's good then.
But yeah, I adore dogs. I love dogs.
I saw those videos. That was awesome. Okay, have you ever ridden a horse?
No, I never have. No, never have. I think I would be a little bit tentative as well. I'm not the bravest. I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive.
You're a sensitive soul, but you're an impulsive. Maybe on like a rodeo, maybe like a horse rodeo, like one of the fake ones you can go on. Maybe that's your next video. Who knows? Put it out there.
When I have a drink, I'm a lot more game to do stuff. So yeah,
that's good.
I'd have to be maybe tipsy out if I was in a situation. I'll try it.
we'll have to do that. We'll have to sort it out next time. Do you cook?
No. Although I've been saying for about 2 years now that I want to. I don't. I am planning on learning at some point. But yeah, it's just something still.
That's good. That's good. You've been too busy writing exceptional songs, so we'll let you off on that one. Takeaway choice.
Oh,
tough one again.
Yeah, I love Italian food. I love I love pasta. I love all different types of pasta. I love I love pizza. Our town where we live is we have like 50 takeaway pizza shops in the high street. The high street is literally covered in pizza shops. So everybody here eats. We have the thing called the Parmo, which I'm sure I don't know if you've heard of. You probably will have heard of. We have everybody. We have like a thing that's called a London pizza here, which is just a margherita with chips dolloped on the top with garlic sauce over it. And to most people who are from here, that's like our ultimate treat. It's like we just grew up with it. It's like a heart attack on a plate, but it's amazing.
That's incredible. I've seen all the people saying love a Parmo. You can see all that going on. Look at it. It was funny because being down south, you don't tend to get used to sort of, I say northern traditions. I guess for us, everywhere's north. But my best friend was in Yorkshire, and he introduced me to chips and gravy. I know it sounds really basic, but I've never gone back, and I love chips and gravy. And he's like, "Yeah, lad, chips and gravy," and in his proper Yorkshire accent, I was like, "What is this?" And it is incredible. But yeah, when I come up, when I get your way, I'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Sweet or savoury?
I mean, I love food. I love eating in general. I just said this to my friend the other day. I love eating so much, as I'm sure everyone does, but I'm forever thinking about food. But I think sweet would have to take it because I've just got the biggest sweet.
That's what you might. Yeah.
I don't want to have, and I'm trying not to have, but I've got to admit that I do.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, I like everything. Cakes, donuts, cookies, just sweets, chocolate, everything. Yeah.
It's good. See, so you're getting all this insight, people. We've got a couple more. You'll be pleased to hear. Dream holiday destination, if you have one.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go. Well, more recently, in the last 5 years or so, I had a real desire to go to Iceland because I've seen a lot of people who've been there.
Yeah,
I've heard a few amazing stories from my friends, and I like not to do the traditional thing. So, like, I think like a normal person might say like the Maldives or like Barbados or something, but I want to go to. I'm a bit weird like that. Like, I want to go to the coldest place then.
oh, nice. I like the ski away pay. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. Everyone's harping on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'm not really one to like sit in the sun around the pool. Every holiday I've ever been on, I end up in the room with my guitar, just like in the middle of the day.
Wow.
Because I don't really like. I do like sun, but I don't like to just sit in it and bake.
I don't know whether you noticed, being I'm ginger and white, I can't see the sun. I'm not with a guitar, but I'm usually in the hideaway in the cupboard, going, is the sun on?
Yeah.
But no, that'd be awesome. Okay, that's good. Okay. What we got? A couple. Interesting one. Favorite key to sing in?
We actually talked about this the other day. Mine is a lot of my songs are in A flat minor. If that means anything to anyone.
Yeah.
It's just a key where my voice sits really nice. I start a lot of my songs in that key. So yeah, A flat minor, if that means anything.
It absolutely. I do a lot of guitar as well. I've literally just done up the office. I usually have my guitars along the back wall.
Oh yeah.
I just love it. So
right.
I'm definitely going to learn that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, which is good. What's your worst key to sing in? If probably like the worst.
Yeah, I suppose. Like I never write anything in like D major.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
If I go into E major, then I can fall into a nice starting place, like a low place. But D major around about there seems to be, D major, E flat round about there seems to be just somewhere I never seem to start or touch.
No, I wouldn't.
You know why? I don't know what that is. It's just...
Yeah, I'm quite surprised you said that because, well, it's good. It's good.
I thought I used them chords in a different key, but I never start in that key.
I know what you mean. Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I like it. It's good. Okay, so I think we've warmed up now with the question, which is good. So obviously we've got to spend some time talking about Downfall, if that's okay with you. So now we've had a bit of fun. Let's get down to it. So for those who don't know, Downfall basically released last Friday, and we stayed up midnight Thursday into the Friday just to see it. It was incredible. And then it went straight into New Music Friday. Now, you might have got a bit of insight prior to that, but it went straight into New Music Friday. So let's kick off with that first question. What a way to start your campaign with that going, we just released a song, I'm buzzing for it, it's hit New Music Friday. I mean, you must have been stoked.
I had to answer the first one, I had no preparation. I was just about to hit live on
Instagram
to go live to do the song.
Wow.
And Anders, if anyone watched my story at that time, first story that I put on was just him going, Jamie, in the back, because that was the first time he said it. So when he said it again, I took my hand off record, so I wanted to quickly press record on the story again and say, could you just say that again?
Yeah.
Because I wanted other people to hear it essentially at the same time, if not 5 seconds later than I was hearing it for the first time.
Wow.
And like, I don't even know why he checked that. Like, for anyone who doesn't know, like for independent artists to get on these playlists, it's super, super, super difficult and super rare. Not only does Spotify have to like the song and like you, the recording in particular has to be of a certain standard because they don't want to be seen to getting behind something that doesn't reflect their platform. Do you know what I mean? So if the sound is really cheap and crummy and it doesn't have enough impact and to really capture, and essentially they want people to stay on their platform. So if they're going to put your songs on their playlist, they believe the song is good enough to keep someone on their platform and not go off here. So it's really difficult for an independent artist. And for me, New Music Friday was something personally I'd always wanted to get on because it's just a place I always used to go to find my new music. So I was honestly I was absolutely blown away. And to say again that I kind of felt like this is this was just my little starting. I don't want to say a little starting song because I love the song, but just again, what I said earlier in terms of what I feel like I've got, and for it to go on New Music Friday just filled me with so much confidence. Because I was saying to Anders when we put it out, I was like, you know, it'll just, you know, a few people will hear it and then we'll move on to the bigger and better ones. And then there it was, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It just, it came such at the right time for me. It felt like such a confirmation of the work that we're putting in is working. And to know that they've put me on 2 big playlists that I really feel like, you know, Spotify have got that have, they're supporting me essentially. So yeah, just it was amazing, honestly amazing.
And I could see straight away from your face you were completely surprised, elated, almost like a kid at Christmas, which was fantastic. And I, you know, I know how hard it is to sort of get to that stand, and you hit the nail on the head. And I guess going back to that point where you say sort of that starter song, I know you don't mean it like that, but for us as fans, we see this song and we think, flipping heck, that's incredible. We love Downfall. Look how good it is. But for you, who knows what's coming next, that's almost like an introduction to us, which is flipping exciting from my perspective, and I'm sure everyone else's perspective. But yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, you know, congratulations on that. That's phenomenal. So I guess the next thing is so talk to us about how this song came about, because I noticed you sort of put up a video about the summer last year. Is it give or take that? And I saw you on the side of the brick wall, and you had your mic out, and you're singing it. And so how did this come about? Was it like thinking of this, or?
Yeah, we actually wrote the song here in my music room where I live up north. I'm at home at the moment. And like not to get too deep or go too into it, but you know, I know, and I try to not say too much about it because I feel like anxiety and other things are a very hot topic at the moment, and I feel like probably rightly, but a lot of artists are dealing with these types of issues and stuff, and I don't really want. It's something I don't want to talk about. I don't want to make out that I have it. I'm always conscious to make out that I have, you know, any problems worse than anybody else, or you know, if I'm really struggling or whatever. But I think I've learned to accept, although I don't get any physical effects from anxiety and other stuff, that I do deal with a lot of anxiety issues in terms of my belief in myself, and I second guess everything that I do, and I worry about every post that I put out, and is this good enough? Is that good enough? And when I wrote Downfall, I'd got to a place where it just really started to drown me and just feel like I don't know where to go really from here, because like I can really it's so strange to say, I can really judge everything. If I put a post out and it gets less likes than the last one, then that to me means the post wasn't good enough, and then the song wasn't good enough, and then my voice isn't good enough, and then this guy's better than me and this girl's better than me, and you know, yeah, so it just got to a place where all that kind of got on top of me, and we started the song with a really truthful line, which is I've been playing sad songs in my room, and I've been playing more than I would do, because I found myself during that time just drinking a lot more, just to almost numb the pain of not making it, or whatever that even is in the music industry so far, or not being good enough, which I tell myself all the time. So it came from a really dark place of just feeling like I'm stuck in this bad place, and I don't think I'm ever going to get out, because even when I do, I always end up back there somehow. It's like I could take 5 steps forward, but then if I take 1 back, I don't see it as I took 4 steps forward from where I was. I see it as though the step back when I took the 5 forward is really, really damaging, and I'm back to square one. So it came from that, basically, from being in that place.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean,
I do appreciate that, and I know I know it's hard, and I know you say you sort of don't want to dwell on it too much, and I do get that, so I do appreciate that, so thank you. But yeah, it's an incredible song. Love it. I love the fact that you've, you know, spoken about that. Actually, personally, I think I think sometimes people sort of get songs and it's just another ramped up song in the music charts, and people remember the lyrics. But for me, I quite like to sort of get an understanding of, you know, where was that person? You know, how did this? Because I always think with your songs, and I'll touch on it later. Well, I was going to touch on, I'll talk about it now. But I always feel when you write stories, you are, and I'm not trying to blow your own trumpet because I'm on live with you, but I genuinely do feel you are the best, one of the best songwriters I have come across. I'm not giving you flannel, I'm being genuine with you, and you've heard me say it in the videos, because I always find your songs so relatable, they're so raw, they're not just random words chucked together because they rhyme together, they are just from the beginning to the end. You grip me personally, I'm sure you do with a lot of other people. So when you write Downfall, it's like, okay, it's fascinating. It makes it even more special that song is going places in one of those darker times, if that makes sense. Yeah. Which I think is fantastic personally. Obviously, we talked. The next question I had was, you know, what is the meaning, inspiration behind it? Obviously, we've talked about that. Yeah. So I guess the other interesting question is, I guess people don't tend to think about this, is that when you originally put Downfall onto paper, did it sound completely different back then to what it now does? I know you would have done obviously recordings and put the song together, but was it in a different, I don't know, melody, or was it different key, or whatever it might be? Has it changed much from when it was first there?
Basically, we recorded a verse, pre-chorus and chorus, and that was it. It was just an idea. And even then, you'll see from that Instagram post, my anxieties were clearly shown by the fact that I put that idea out, and the only reason that made me go and write the rest of the song, which was the same with Arms Around You, and it's something I really have to get a grip on, was the feedback that I got on it. Literally, the feedback on that Instagram post was so strong and was so just powerful to me that it forced me to really push myself to write the rest of the song. So when we went in to write the rest of it, which was only 7-8 weeks ago, we'd recorded the first half of the song when we didn't have all the fancy equipment and we didn't have the nice microphone and all that stuff, but we still decided that it had just captured such an honest place. Yeah. So we unplugged everything we had initially and just went back to the old thing just for that song. Wow. So if you listen, and I don't know how much this bothers anyone, and it doesn't me, because I feel like there's some really nice grit in the recording, but there's quite a lot of hiss behind the guitar in the recording. The guitar is quite roughly played. It could have been written really nice and smoother, but we decided it really worked to capture a really nice scruffy recording, because the song is almost like a scruffy song. So we already had that, and we just added it, set the mic up again. I wrote the second verse and just sang it in, and the production just came together. We added all the backing vocals and stuff, which we felt just lifted it even more. And that was that. It was, like I said, to be honest, it was really easy for me to revisit it, because I have these moments in my life where I'm on top of the world one week and I'm nowhere near good enough the next week. And I know it's so silly and immature, but I can't help why my brain does that to me sometimes.
Do you know what? And I think, I guess if I can be too brutal with you, I think it's, personally, I don't think it's silly, because although obviously we're different worlds, and obviously you're in the music industry, I and many probably others will probably have exactly the same thoughts. Doing live reactions, for example, it's like, well, you've done a video and you've now only got like 50 views, yet on another video you've got 20, 30,000 views, and you're like, well, what is it that I've done wrong? Have I done this wrong thing? Like, what's going on? And I do that, and my other half will vouch for that. She always says, oh, you don't have to worry about it, it's just what people like. But when you say that, for me, it's not silly at all. It's you being real, and I mentioned it earlier about being honest and being you, and not necessarily pretending or whatever, but you're real, and that's something I really, really appreciate, because you're just you. So never think you're silly. And I know I know you move on, but it's good. So so Downfall's smashing it. Came out last Friday, went straight into New Music Friday. Yeah. We've been very grateful to give us a bit of insight about how it came about, and then how it sounded and all this sort of stuff. So I guess the other question would be for this is, did you write the melody before the lyrics, or was it?
So the way I do it is I always pick the guitar up or go to the piano, and I just play some chords. I never know what I'm going to play. You know, it can just, and I don't, you know, for anybody, if there's anyone watching who plays guitar or piano, like I don't know, you know, I'm no fancy guitar player. I know, you know, basic chords, a few bar chords and power chords, and that's all I really need. And when I play the chords, it's funny because I could play like the chords in Downfall are A minor, F, C, G, right, all the way through, which is a standard thing. But I could play them chords one day and literally play them the morning after and hear completely different songs.
Wow.
So I can always kind of use the same chords, progressions and stuff to write new songs. So it's just how the music speaks to me at that particular time, what I'm feeling. I think I'm really good at knowing exactly how I'm feeling in the pit of my stomach and bringing it to the surface at the time. And because I'm such a deep, sensitive person, I'm always feeling something.
That's incredible. And I don't know, you might see it as like a, I was going to say you see it as a downfall. That's no pun intended or any of that. But I guess in some cases, you know, it might be seen as like, oh, you know, it's quite emotional. Or you might even feel that. Or same with myself, I might think, oh, you know, why are you getting teary about that? You know, it's only in EastEnders or Neighbours or whatever. But it's one of those. I also see it as a gift, because to be able to, as you quite rightly say, pick up these, you know, the melody, pick up the guitar, do whatever, and then you hear it different. And then you know how your body's feeling, and then you run with it. I mean, that's incredible. That's awesome.
You know,
I love it.
I had this conversation with my parents like on Saturday night, and you know, my friends will tell you like I'm always really interested in the things that I can't do, like genuinely. And my dad always says to me like, "How do you write them words? It's incredible." But I don't know if you would agree with this, but when I don't even want to say good, just when you naturally do something, I'm the type of person that I don't really understand how much of a gift that is, that you would say, because it's just 100%. Something that I do. But I'm honestly being deadly serious when I say, when a guy comes in and tiles my kitchen floor, like, I know it sounds ridiculous. You're like, oh, come on now, you're going to compare to, I'm being deadly serious, because I can't do anything like that. When I watch that, I'm like, like we had kitchen fitters in who just fit our whole kitchen. It was like boxes everywhere 1 week, 5 days later, there's units all up everywhere. It looks smart. I'm like, how did you turn that to that? And when I tell people that, they feel like, oh, God, I could show you how to do joinery. I could show you how to do bricklaying. But I honestly believe I could show anyone how to write a song.
See, like, that's it. Yeah, see, that right there is exactly what I was about to say, and you beat me to it. It's I and many others will look at that and go, how in, you know, Heaven's Green Earth or whatever, can you write? You'd pick up your guitar, you pick this melody, you then turn it into this, you write an incredible song, which is story, raw, real, passionate, and it's genuine. And then you go, right, on to the next one. There are people that, even artists right now, obviously won't go into that will spend ages trying to write something, and it's nowhere near as good as some of the stuff I've heard you do. And then people would sit back and go, how does he do it? You know, how is he just sat there in his room, and you quite rightly say, like 5-6 hours sometimes, you've got an idea, you go with it, you crack through, and it's there, right there. And you're just like, wow, how do you do that? And it's amazing.
I think that coincides with me having all these issues about belief and stuff, because to me, it doesn't feel truthfully like that impressive, because it's just what I kind of always knew how to do, I think. So it's like when I hear that, I'm really like, I am always taken aback when I hear that. My dad says it to me all the time. He's like, how did you put those words down? And I'm like, you could write. You telling me you couldn't write how you feel on a piece of paper about a situation? Well, I'm not thinking of any like extreme metaphorical lyrics here. I'm just putting down my feelings, and I'm depressed right now, so I'm going to write about my downfall. And yeah, I get it. To put melody to it and be able to sing it is another thing. But like, I have a lot of people message me on Instagram saying, "Oh, no, I'm just learning to get started, and I can do covers, but I can't quite write my own songs. Can you help me? What advice would you have?" I'm just like, how do you feel? Like, what place are you in life? just put that on a piece of paper and sing it in any way you want to sing it.
Wow.
And that is your song. And no one will do you better than you. So
that. You know, that's incredible. And I'm not. It is, because that is just, again, goes back. It's so raw, and the way you just put that makes it sound so simplistic. When we know there's a lot to it, but that will probably inspire, hopefully, a lot of people that are watching this that will go, do you know what? I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to write down exactly how I feel, and I'm going to turn it into. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's about what's me, and and it's me, and that right there is all that matters. It's not about, does this sound good? Is this catchy? Forget that. Write down exactly how you're feeling and have a play around. So, wow, that's generally that's fantastic. I always
say to people who aren't good, because I'm not going to pretend that you can just be good at something straight away. It's like anything, you have to do it more and more and more to get good at it. But what I would say to anyone is, what I wouldn't do is, if you are if you're not good at it straight away, don't be afraid still to showcase it. Because I've spent, and I still do now, spend so much time worrying about what people think, when ultimately, like, the only people you want around you anyway are the people who are going to say, good on you for giving that a go. And if there's anyone who's going to say, or even behind your back, like, oh, what's he doing? What's she doing? Do you know what? They're the type of people you don't want around you in your circle anyway, and it will come out eventually that they're people. So rather lose them early than like keep them around, you know, for a long time. Absolutely. Kind of laughing at you behind your back. Like get all your shit out and don't be embarrassed about it, because there's going to be a time where you look back and you laugh at it as well, at how good you are from what you were. So,
that's profound, mate. That's flipping profound. I love it. But I like it's quite interesting with you actually, your characteristic, because on one point you're really worried about either the likes or the views, and then on the other side you're like, you know, they can jog on. I'm not interested in that. Get rid of them. I've got something to do.
Well, I think I give really good advice that I just can't take myself.
It's so true. It's so true. But then we all think, go on.
Yeah, but I'm getting a lot better. I am getting a lot better than where I was. Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm genuinely pleased. It's incredible. So I really appreciate that sort of section into Downfall. Hopefully everyone has quite liked that. Like I said, it is available on various different sites. I'll put it in the video and you get to see that. But I am a firm believer in supporting local artists which aren't this big label thing and all that sort of stuff, because it doesn't matter what status they're at. If they've got an incredible talent and an amazing songwriting capability, we need to do everything we can. That's my firm belief. So get out there, people, grab it, show Jamie your support, which is really good. So conscious of time, are you still good for live?
Yeah.
So what we'll do, we'll run through a couple of questions from some of the wonderful fans, and then we're going to be blessed with Jamie singing Downfall live. So if you haven't heard this before, where have you been? No joking. You'll be able to hear it, and then you get to go and get it after that. So we've covered off sort of what inspired him to write Downfall, and that was from Olivia Breakwell. So thank you for that, Olivia. And she said you'll know who you are. Interesting question, and I've noticed it before as well. And I've been meaning to ask. I'm not sure whether you can say, but so I noticed just behind your head you've got Tfft Records, and I don't know whether you can say, but what does Tfft stand for?
I've had a few people ask me this now, and it's it's something that I've never ever told anyone. So that people would say, well, why would you? You know, I got it tattooed and I got it on my studio wall, and I called my record label it, and you know, justifiably anyone would say, well, why would you say that you don't want to tell anyone, and then you put it everywhere knowing that people are going to genuinely ask you the question about it? But I honestly, and this is no lie, just didn't really think about that when I was doing it. It's just something that always had sentimental value to me that I didn't want to ever tell anybody about. So because I'm such a in my feelings type of person, it drew me to use it for my record label, to get it tattooed on my knuckles one day when I was feeling impulsive, not really thinking about like what would come with it. Obviously people are going to ask, but it's something I've never told anyone. It's just something between me and my partner Steph that we've just always like kind of kept between us and never really shared. So,
and do you know what, that makes it even more special. I do like that.
I don't know why I then put it out everywhere, because I knew that question was going to come. But
well, that's good. We'll move on from that one. But thank you for being honest. I do like that, because that's nice though, because that means you.
Yeah.
Well, no, do you know what? It's not. It's you being real again, and the fact that you and Steph have this, you know, this thing that you know what it means and what it's between you two makes it even more special. But I get it. I get it. What have we got? We've got one from Karis. If you could write with any artist back in the day or now, who would it be and why? Oh, that's a good one.
I got to be honest, and I don't want to just say because, you know, he's one of the biggest artists on the planet, but before Ed Sheeran came onto the scene in, you know, 2011, 2012, I always envisaged my album being like early Ed's albums, in terms of they're really driven by an acoustic guitar, but they have different looks. Some songs can be acoustic guitar ballads, then he has more of like an urban thing where he does singy rappy type stuff. You know, I love singers, and he's not my favourite singer in the world, but from a writing perspective, being a true songwriter that I am, I think he's an absolute genius. So I would love to be in the studio with Ed to write a song.
Wow. Let's watch this space. It's definitely going to happen. It'll probably be coming to you for guidance. Thank you for that. So we've got one from Tash. This is a tough one. What's your definition of success? Would it be a top 40 single, your songs played on the radio, or your own tour? And that's from Tash.
I love that question, because it's something I've spoke about again recently, and it's changed so much. You asked me 5 years ago, I wanted to be a pop star, and yeah, I was as connected to music as I am now, but I wasn't as mature. So therefore, I wanted, in all honesty, to be famous as well. Right now, I'm just in a place in my life where I'm so connected to music that the opportunity for me to tour and have fans come to the show every night and sing my songs back to me and me to be able to gauge their feedback on new songs is all I ever want. And I honestly, like, if I do academies or I do little tiny, 100 people venues, if they're there specifically buying a ticket to see me, Jamie Gray, that's my definition of success. Like, I want that more than anything, is to play shows to fans.
That's incredible.
That's the dream for me now. I want it so bad that
you're going to get it. You're going to get it.
Like, yeah, I can say I'm going to get it because I'm literally obsessed with getting it. So it's something I've never done. I've never had an agent. I've never, I've put on little gigs myself, a little show in my hometown, and I did a few. Obviously, I did the James support thing that was cut short, and I've just had so many little tastes of it that it's like I'm desperate for that. So yeah, that's it for me. You are gonna smash it, and I'm not saying that. I've said it in the video, so it's not just for this video. The way you've transformed, you've almost gone from this. Not calling you a caterpillar, but going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and in the way you've developed, and I don't mean to sound corny or cheesy, but it's true. It's the way you can hear it, you can see it. And it's been evident on the track. So you're definitely going places. I've got no doubt about that, 100%. So that's good. So we've got a couple more. I guess one of the questions was, any plans for future tours? If so, would you prefer big or intimate? But I think you've sort of covered that in that you're really appreciative of the fans attending, whether it be a small or large, which would be fantastic. Yeah. So, odd question for you. What would you have been if you weren't a singer? I mean, it's very similar, but I always loved acting as well. When I was younger, I did drama, and I was in the school plays. That was what actually got me into singing. I did. I've always been like a lad's lad in terms of when you come from Redcar, where I come from, like most lads, you either play football or rugby, and it's always like, get on, we get on the beers.
Let's go, lads.
Yeah, it's kind of our culture here. So it was a big thing for me when I was like 13. I entered the school play, and I didn't tell any of my friends, and it was The Wizard of Oz, and I got cast as the Tin Man.
No way.
And I didn't tell any of my friends, and they didn't tell me that they knew that I'd got it. So the curtain opened on the first night, and I'm in the opening scene, and I'm all like waiting to be oiled up, holding the axe.
Wow.
And I opened the curtain, and all my mates are sat on the front row, like sniggering and like laughing, but like joking.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
having to hold this like stiff face of like. But obviously, again, I was talking to Mum and Dad about this the other day. Obviously, I had that natural instinct even then, being as shy as I was and wanting to be a lad's lad, to still, I couldn't hold my urge to enter the plays. And then, I was cast as Artful Dodger in Oliver the year after. And so acting was kind of my first thing. When I got singing them songs in the plays, I remember like the teachers would say to my parents, "Oh, your son has an amazing voice" and stuff. And I was like,
wow, that's
really?
awesome, man. Yeah.
And I knew I'd always liked to sing when I was younger, but I don't come from a family where it's like we're all quite reserved and chilled. There's some families would like really like push their kids to sing, and my mum and dad just aren't like that. They're just quite chilled people. So it's like, it's not one of them things where it's like, I ever thought I had something, because I was just, I'd wait for my mum and dad to go out, pull off the drive, and then I'd get the guitar out, and then they'd come in.
Wow.
And just shut it up, man.
Yeah, just, yeah.
Like, it's kind of one of them things. So it took me a lot longer, but yeah, it's a long way of saying if I couldn't do singing, I would like to do acting. Yeah.
No, I like that, again, because you're being honest and truthful. And I love the fact that you said that, because, again, it tells a story. And someone that, or lots of people might be seeing this going, do you know what? That's exactly how I'm feeling. So hopefully that's helped a few people, which would be awesome. What else? I've got a few. I'll send them across anyway. But I think if you're okay, are you okay with doing your downfall?
Yeah, let's do it.
You all right with that? If you wouldn't mind, I mean, it'd be absolutely amazing.
You can't have all that talk about the song and me not.
Well, this is it. I mean, it could have been like a 5-minute interview, or it could be an hour long, like we've just done. So it's good. But anyway, I'll shut up and I'll let you speak.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna play the instrument along with it, just so I can have a bit of piano in the back as well. Of course.
Thank you.
Okay. Just check I'm in tune. Okay, here we go. I've been playing sad songs in my room, and I've been drinking more than I would do. Just talking to the walls, but they don't talk back. I'm looking to the stars, but the clouds are black. Now I'm alone, just living the blues. You came into my life like heaven and sun. It changed, now I'm in hell. And I've been going crazy, counting the days. I've been on a downfall, losing my way. Barely getting an hour's sleep, time to find it hard to breathe. And now I'm on my own, just hanging by the road. And I've been stuck in a downfall, losing my way. And I spent too much time on my own. And I don't like myself when I'm alone. Just talking to myself, about to lose my mind. And I don't even like to hear my own reply. I'm all out of hope with nothing to lose. You came into my life like heaven sent. And changed, now I'm in hell. And I've been going crazy, counting the days. I've been on a downfall, losing my way. Barely getting hours sleep, trying to find it hard to breathe. And now I'm on my own, just hanging by the road. And I've been stuck in a downfall, losing my way. Came into my life like heaven sent. And changed, now I'm in hell. And I've been going crazy, counting the days. And I've been on a downfall, losing my way. Barely getting hours sleep, times I find it hard to breathe. But now I'm on my own, just hanging by the rope. And I've been stuck in a downfall, losing my way, yeah. I've been playing sad songs in my room. And I've been drinking more than I would do.
Yes, mate. Thank you so much.
No worries.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't hear, was Jamie Gray and his latest song, Downfall. Obviously, if you really, really like that, or if you just want to get it because it's a cracking tune, go and check it out. I believe also, Joe, I forgot to mention, is your music video with lyrics just come out on YouTube as well? 7 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's actually coming out after this.
There we go. There we go. Check that. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, there we go, everyone. So you can go.
We just shot like just a visual kind of impact thing, and then we wanted to put the lyrics up to it so people could hear every word of what we were saying. So yeah, it's going to drop literally after this.
Perfect. Well, there we go. Well, honestly, mate, from me to you, I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your day, especially with what you got going on, to come on here to chat to me, to answer some questions, mate. Honestly, it means a lot, and I'm really, really grateful. So thank you for that.
Mate, thank you.
No,
it's been nice. I've spoke about some things I never spoke about before, so you know,
okay.
It's really nice of you to ask me to do it. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's an absolute honour. So thank you. But yeah, honestly, I can't. Obviously, I'll be staying tuned with all your stuff. When this video drops in a minute, they'll be straight on with a live reaction. So everyone, is it like a premiere, or is it literally just going to drop on YouTube? It's just going to
drop. Yeah, I'm just going to. I have it there already. I'm just going to make it public. Yeah.
There we go, everyone. So check that out. He's going to put it on YouTube. So that'll be really cool. So I want to see what the video looks like.
Yeah.
And go from there. So check it out, everyone. Go get it, support him. And if you're interested, social contacts are quite simplistic. It's at Jamie Gray Music on both Twitter and Insta. Obviously, go and check him out on YouTube, that bit there as well. So yeah, perfect.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. If you've watched, I really appreciate it. So cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers.